I asked my friends the same questions about building their houses in the Philippines, but received completely different answers. They have similar budgets and locations, but chose different methods. I respect both of their choices and want to share their experiences with those of you who are deciding which approach to take.
The whole house is 500 square meters.
250 square meters is the house itself.
Since we don't use contractors, we save a lot of money for it.
This is why I'm so glad that we got an all-in contractor that does everything.
So we have problem before.
And I've had no issues whatsoever.
Actually, I wanted it agriculture so that I can pay lower taxes.
Yeah.
It was a clear title, yeah.
Okay.
It probably cost us an extra $1 million.
He works with us constantly with the build process. So, you know, changes here, changes there, no problem. He takes care of it.
Bernadette is managing it.
Okay.
I'm the contractor.
She's the contractor.
And I don't have to do anything.
Deed process and getting your title takes years.
First of all, and a foreigner can't be the owner. It's got to be a Filipino.
I put it on my name, so easy for me to sign.
Okay.
Dude, what?
The electricity was a pain in the butt.
Circuit from the city and put it into the solar system. The solar system.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Earth.
It's a big hassle. That's just one aspect of building Norrico. This is why I'm glad that I got a contractor that does everything, because I hate running around and doing all that legwork.
Like our columns are super big. Our rebar is super thick. The base underneath the columns, it's like huge. It's like 5 feet square and 3 feet tall.
The reason we bought this is because
This money right here, it wasn't doing me any good at all in the bank, you know.
Yeah.
And now I put it into this, and I'm enjoying the money.
Hello guys, today I'm with Kevin, and Kevin is expat in the Philippines from US, yeah?
yes,
What
yeah.
originally your state was?
Connecticut.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was born in Connecticut, lived there till about 20, joined the Navy, got out of the Navy, honorable, and then moved to California, and I was there for about 15 years. Back to Connecticut, and then came here 2 years ago.
yeah, and now Kevin building his dream house, yeah, in the Philippines.
Yeah, dream house.
Is it your first experience of building?
With building, yes,
Yeah?
yeah. I had a house in Connecticut, but it was, you know, not
Already
built.
built, yeah?
It was already built,
Finished.
yes.
Okay, how big is your property? How big is your lot?
The lot is 800 square meters. 250 square meters is the house itself.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't include the porch that we have, or the pool, and we're gonna have a barbecue pit here
Okay.
in the back.
It will be one
Story.
Did you buy clear title, mother title, or
It was a clear title, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you didn't have any issues?
No issues, no, and we got a lawyer. I did some research on getting a good lawyer. Our realtor was very good, and she got great reviews, and yeah, no issues. We sailed right through it pretty much, the property.
Yeah, and you have, I see a lot of neighbors who also building.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it foreigners, do you know?
They're all foreigners so far, yes. So we have an American and a Filipina next door that just started building a couple weeks after us they started, and then another foreigner and Filipino on the other side. The property over here, which you can probably see, is no building yet, but it was just bought. That's 700 square meters, and that's also, I believe, an American and a Filipina. They just bought that. So the reason we bought this is because it's a subdivided lot, but it's a one-way paved road, dead end. So no through traffic. It's very, I believe, going to be very quiet. The properties are big enough that I think it'll probably just be foreigners that end up buying it here. And we have a fantastic view, although not now, of Mount Tolinas.
Yeah.
From our yard.
Just cloudy.
It's cloudy, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's very important in the Philippines that you found place where will not be highway near you, because it's so noisy here.
That was one of our requirements, is I didn't want a lot of through traffic. And we looked maybe 8 properties when we started looking. And
Only in our area here.
In the Dauin, Valencia, Bacong, Dumaguete. So we looked at about 8. This was the first one, and we fell in love with it instantly. But we didn't want to jump on the very first one. So then we looked at a couple more, and you know, me and my wife, we kept thinking, wow, that first one was really nice. But we're like, let's keep going. So we looked at a couple more, and they were okay. But then we kept, coming back to this one, and then we just we pulled the trigger on it because we thought that the location and the view was just the best we were gonna get.
Yeah, it was my next question. What's your criteria? What's the main what you was looking for?
Quiet. I really wanted not near a major road, so a dead end is perfect. Yeah, that was kind of it, and a view would be nice, either the ocean or the mountain. So we ended up choosing the mountain.
And you also have a concrete road, right?
It's all concrete coming down. Now this part here hasn't finished yet. They finished the concrete up there, which you saw, and then this is going to be started probably in the next 1 to 2 months to the dead end. This is a dead end street. So, and this dead end street, there's only 8 properties on it. So there's this one, mine, this one there, 2 more, and then there's 4 on the other side of the road, all about anywhere from 500 to 1,000 square meters, right on 1,200 square meters. And so that was the criteria. Quiet, not a through street, and nice view.
So can you share price of land here?
The land was that we paid for was 2.5 or 2.4 for the land for the 800 square meters. Yeah.
So it's about 3-something thousand.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for the view that we had.
Yeah, actually it's good.
Yeah, I thought so. And actually, the lady that owns this is selling a couple more down. She just raised the price because people are buying. It seems like prices are going up pretty drastically all over the place.
It's true.
So a couple other friends are looking too, and they kept saying the same thing, that within a month the prices have already started creeping up everywhere. And I think it's just the area. Dumaguete is a haven for expats, and they see that, so they're upping the prices where they can on the nicer properties.
Yeah, and I know that you also traveled on other islands, and you know what you're talking about. Why did you choose Dumaguete? What was, I mean, Dumaguete area, Valencia?
I did a lot of research 2 years before I moved here, and I followed a lot of vloggers. Paul, Old Dog, Matrix was the #1, but there was a bunch of other ones, and just through probably maybe a year and a half of just watching his videos and others, I just realized that this looked like this was the best spot. But when I first moved here, there was no intent to actually settle down here, start here, and then we traveled. So the first year, me and my wife, we went we hit almost every place in the Philippines. But we just felt like this was home, I guess. We just liked the area. Yeah,
because I agree with you, it's like comfortable in many ways. And when I was going here, I thought, oh, I will just fly there, stay for a bit, make my research around by my eyes in person, and maybe I will go somewhere else. If I will like, I will stay. So I didn't go anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah, I traveled in like, I don't know, 5-7 islands more, but yeah, still.
So we did that, and we went to a bunch of big cities actually, and some provinces all over. The buying was never really an intent, was our option at first. That came about 6 months ago. We decided that, but at first I was just going to rent, and then after maybe 8 months ago, I started thinking maybe we could rent a condo or something. So we went to Cebu and Iloilo, and we checked some places out there. And the big city just didn't do it for me.
Yeah,
and I mean, I love Dumaguete, but the city part I wouldn't want to live in.
Yeah, of course.
So up here in the mountains, it's cooler, it's beautiful, and so that's what we picked. So we have the convenience of getting to the Dumaguete, where we have more options of things to do. And it's a growing city. I mean, they're building an international airport. I know it won't be done for probably 8 to 10 years, but they're building. And there's probably going to be some SM city malls that are going to be coming in here too, very soon, to accommodate that. So it's a growing city, and the people are fantastic. I've never had an issue. I've never had a problem with anybody.
I have the same feeling that we, like all bloggers, we're talking like, oh, Dumaguete, but no foreigners from my friends live inside of Dumaguete. No one. Everyone, Valencia, Dauin, Bacong, maybe Cebulan rare, but still some, but never inside of Dumaguete. Dumaguete, it's like attraction for meet friends, for groceries, for, I don't know, buy some stuff. Yeah, and come back.
Yeah, right. The mall right now is down
Yeah.
there, and some things that you can get down there that you can't get here. But actually living there, I don't know. I don't know. And actually, I do know one person that does live there, and they rent there right on the water. They like it, but that doesn't work for me. So
Yeah, I know what you mean. On the water, it's not easy.
yeah,
A lot
your
of
place is
maintenance.
very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, where you're at.
Yeah, it's under construction, but I just on my skin felt how hard it would be to maintain if I ever will decide to build near ocean. I decided, no, ocean view is nice, but to live near ocean, it takes a lot of money.
Oh,
And,
it does, because the salt and then, the water,
everything
yeah.
got rusty, everything.
Yes, that's true.
In 1 week,
Yeah.
if you have pure iron, in 1 week it will
Oh
start.
yeah, it's toast. But yeah, so I mean, but the option would be maybe up a little bit in the hills where you
Yeah.
got the ocean view,
Right.
but you're not right on the
Exactly.
ocean.
Yeah.
So
And do you use here contractor or you do everything by
no, we got
your
a
own?
contractor. That we looked into a couple different options and talking to other people. So we settled on doing a contractor. So then that was a couple weeks in the making, finding that. So I belong to a couple chat groups, Dumaguete, Expats, Dumaguete Friends, and there's like 3 or 4 other ones that I belong to. So I started putting the word out, best contractor. Who do you think?
Yeah.
And I got a lot of feedback back. So I went down, I talked to him. His name is Dominic. He's a fantastic person, very personable, lays everything out. He works with us constantly with the build process. So, changes here, changes there, no problem. He takes care of it. And I've had no issues whatsoever.
Maybe you can show me some changes that you decided to make.
Yeah, well, the pool bigger. We wanted to make that a bigger area there. We wanted to add in a bathroom outside, which was hard to do actually, because the pool had already gone up kind of at that point to the fence, so he was able to accommodate that. A barbecue area down here in the back, he added that. All the, and I won't walk you around, but all the shading that we have going around the porch was not included, so we added that. And then with just like electrical outlets was easy too. I was like, oh no, I need to add some electrical outlets here, here, and here, and here. So
Right.
it was not a problem to add any of those. And then also the square footage. They were actually into the build when I decided that the square footage was not big enough for us. We wanted a bigger bedroom, and my wife and I agree, a walk-in closet. So
Okay.
the walk-in closet was small, so I had them make it much bigger to accommodate all of her stuff and the few things that I own.
So far you don't have any issues with your contractor?
No,
with...
he's fantastic.
Cool,
Fantastic. Nope. He gives us an itemized list every couple months, and once he knocks those off, then another next payment will come up with another list of things that he has to do. So, yeah, it's perfect. So the entire build, the 250 square house, the pool, the barbecue pit, 4 bathroom, 3 bedroom house was 6.8. It came to with all that, and the perimeter fence.
6.8?
6.8, yeah. So I thought that was a very good price.
Yeah.
Compared to, and I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's included everything. You don't need to do
Everything. The changes are included that I've made. Everything. He just absorbs that. So, and the perimeter wall, which they just started over there, that's going to be an 8-foot all around. So that includes everything. It's all in. And it's a turnkey. So when he's done, he walks out. Or the last day, I do a walkthrough. Everything's complete. He hands the keys to me at that point.
So how much time he said to you?
Well, originally he said it could take up to 12 months.
Okay.
And then after the signing, that was before the signing when he was kind of looking at it, he hadn't really been out here. He then moved it down to 8 months, and we're on target for 8 months, maybe a little bit sooner. So 7
Cool.
months. So,
Yeah, it's
so we're
very
just
fast.
coming up on 4 months now. So probably the first week of November is what I'm guessing it'll be finished.
And you use, I suppose, column and beams
Yep.
and hollow blocks like for walls and
And I was watching that pretty closely. I'm not construction. I was a biomedical engineer, so I did completely different type of work, electronics and stuff like that. So I had never done this, but what I did is I compared it to other YouTubers that were showing their process. He's following exactly what everyone else is doing, so he's not like doing anything different.
So now you will be one of others who will show his experience, and other people will
Maybe
learn from you.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, learn from you.
We're very excited.
Yeah, so let's maybe make a tour.
Yeah, sure. So this is the bedroom, which is where we did the thing. And
Okay.
it's for Filipino standards, this is a pretty big bedroom right here. So, and I don't know if you can get in here, but if you want to duck down.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Just watch the cable down here. This is the walk-in closet that I told you about. This was only half this size, and we made it bigger. So they had to blow everything out when I made that change.
Yeah.
They had already started this, so that was all included. This is the master bath.
Yeah, it's big.
Pretty good size, right?
Yeah, right.
Hopefully my wife's clothes can fit in here, but we'll see about that.
So, who did architectural project for you?
My contractor is an all-ins contractor, so he does everything from the design work, and we worked closely over about 3 weeks, back and forth, different design ideas and stuff like that, and we finally settled on this one. So, yeah, so let's continue on down. So this is going to be our porch coming off of our bedroom right here, and we're going to have the view of this, which is Mount Tolinas there. You can't see it now because it's cloudy, but it's a beautiful mountain there.
I know this area.
And we have a pool here that we're going to go see. So nice big porch that comes down. We can't walk down the hallway because they got some scaffolding in there.
Okay.
And then the porch wraps around down this way. So this is all porch outside facing the pool and the mountain.
Cool.
And we'll come through here. Just be careful of the line. This is the hallway leading to the guest bedrooms. I don't know if you want to come down here, but we got a guest bedroom here. Not too bad.
Yeah, nice.
We have another guest bedroom right over there.
This one?
Right, yep. No, that's the
No,
bathroom.
it's a
right there.
bathroom,
That's the guest bathroom.
Okay.
This one,
This one a little bit bigger, yeah?
It's a little bit bigger, but it's got a lot of windows in it. We might end up using that as storage, or maybe put the solar batteries in there. We don't know yet.
It's for best friends, it's for just friends.
Yeah. And then right here is the living space. So we have two walls. We haven't decided yet, put a TV here or put a TV there with our couch here. And then we're gonna have two sliding doors here facing the pool and the mountain view. Dining room right here. Pretty good sized dining area. Kitchen.
Kitchen here, yeah.
We have the third bathroom in the house. So we got the master, we got the guest room, and then we got this one here, which is like the common bathroom, and a walk-in closet. The fourth bathroom is out at the pool, so people can don't have to come in the house when they're swimming to use the CR. And we'll have an 8-footer perimeter fence all the way around. We're gonna do an automatic rolling gate with a push button, so I don't have to get out to open it. On the front. And probably I'm hoping 3 more months. It'll be finished.
Yeah, it would be nice to make a final footage when you will be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Well, we're gonna have you and your family over for the housewarming for sure. And then anytime you want to come after that. So we'll have swimming parties every weekend. And you're always welcome.
Cool, thank you. Kevin, are you going to use municipality water or deep well?
We're going to be using the water from, we're right on the line of Dumaguete City and Valencia. So we're in an area that we can actually use both. So Valencia water is a little cheaper, so we're going to use that for watering and gardening and filling the pool up. And then we'll use Dumaguete water for the house, which is a little bit more pressure too.
Yeah, it's smart because if in case
and then if one goes out, we've got the other. And the house comes with a great big storage tank too, so that's all included in the price.
How about solar panels? Are you going to?
That's an extra cost, and we will be putting solar on the house.
So you'll prepare your roof, but put it later, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Was it hard to connect Noriko in your place?
Yeah, Noriko was a pain. This is why I'm so glad that we got an all-in contractor that does everything. So Noriko has you, first of all, and a foreigner can't be the owner. It's got to be a Filipino. And if it wasn't for my contractor, he walks me through the whole step. But there's a lot of steps you have to go through, including a video call, a 4-hour video call where she's got to be, on a group chat with a bunch of other people that are applying, and you have to raise your hand if you want to leave for the bathroom for a few minutes. They want to see you there the whole time. then you got to sign some paperwork, then you got to pay some money. Then after that, they come back and they say they need an ID, so you got to get some pictures, more money, sign some stuff. And then there was about 3 weeks after that, the contractor came back and said, yep, everything's done. Sign these 3 papers. Now they're going to send somebody out to inspect the property, and then you get to sign some more. Right, so the guy is coming out this week, I believe, to do the final inspection, and then everything's done. Power's already in and running, but he has to do the final inspection for that.
But
So
did you have power before?
They tapped into someone down the street that they were kind of using.
Okay.
A neighbor. They asked permission, and they said, yeah. One of my people, my friends, or not friends, but they will be friends. My neighbors that are building that already have power, they just ran a line down from them. So it's a big hassle. That's just one aspect of building Norrigo. This is why I'm glad that I got a contractor that does everything, because I hate running around and doing all that legwork. I know it would save me a little bit of money, but I'm okay spending just a little bit extra if at the convenience, you know. I don't want to be, I'm retired. I don't want to be running around. And I get so stressed out too when things don't go well, and things always don't go well for me if I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, and you're not in US, you don't know all rules, you don't know every law. So
So I know a lot of people that did do it themselves, and they didn't have a problem, but they're probably just better at it than I am.
And some of them just have some support from relatives that worked there or near somewhere.
True, so, and if I, you know, and again, it goes down to I would rather pay for the convenience a little extra. I mean, if we're looking at, you know, if it was 20,000 pesos more, I probably would have done it myself, but it was just a little bit more on top of what we would have paid anyways for it. So water was super simple. I don't remember how much what that would curtail, but that was done in like a day, setting that up. The electricity was a pain in the butt. And probably once the solar is on, they'll probably have to have Norrigo come out and do an inspection again for that. So, but my contractor takes care of all that. Even though we're doing the solar separately, he's doing all the hookups for the solar and all that, including the AC we do, but he's doing all the plumbing and the electrical for the AC units to go in later. So.
Do you use only local suppliers, or you ordered some stuff from Cebu?
Well, he bought everything, but when it comes to like the sink and the shower and all of that stuff, the tile work, now that's included in the price on an average price point. So when it comes time for that, we'll go down to all the places that he gets it from and we'll pick out. Now, if we find something that's high end that we like better, a little extra money and we can get that. But he says that he's never had that happen before though, so everyone is happy with what they find there.
Yeah, and may I ask you about, you already have like big experience of renting in the Philippines, and you also was a tourist on different islands.
Yes.
And I heard, probably you too, popular opinion through expats that better renting whole life, don't buy. What do you think about it? What's your point of buying? Why do you think it's better?
For me, that we thought about this, or I thought about this, and you could rent, but it's not given that you won't be kicked out at some point. You don't know if somebody rents nearby that's going to be very loud karaoke, or bring some livestock in and stuff like that. So we picked an area that didn't have that. And I'm married, so we plan on having a child at some point. So for me, it was security for her. That was the number one thing. I wanted her to be secured so that when I do, and obviously, I mean, realistically, I'll probably go before her. I'm much older, but so I wanted to leave her something. So that was the main driving point on buying the house.
Probably you decided to register everything on a wife's name.
Everything was on her name.
Yeah. It's simpler.
I know a lot of people are that's kind of a controversy, but I trust her and
yeah, she's your wife.
Yeah, she's my wife, so exactly.
Yeah, I know you for a long time. I think you're a really good couple.
Thank you.
Do you need to visit your construction site from time to time, or your
good question. Yeah, we come up here probably at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
We're renting. You know where we rent.
Yeah.
There, so it's very close. It's less than a 5-minute drive away. But even if it was farther, we would come up here at least 3 times. It's more like 4 probably, sometimes 5 times a week, just to check. We don't yell at anyone. We're not like, oh, do this, work faster. They're doing a great job. The foreman's a great guy. At least once a week, we'll bring a bunch of sodas and snacks for them, because I believe in the carrot and not the stick, you know. So I'm always trying to make them happy, and they seem to enjoy the small little things like that. And it costs us nothing to do that, but it keeps them very happy. They're always looking for us coming down the road. Like, here they come. They got some sodas for us. So.
Yeah, it's sweet.
You can see it's very hot right now, you know, so, and they don't have anything. So, but they're working very, very hard.
How many people work here on site?
13.
13.
It's a crew of 13. The wall people that just started about a week ago, there's a crew of 3 of them. So that's 16 total, and the pool will be another crew of people. So we might be closer to 20 once they start the pool. I think in 2 weeks they're going to start that. So, but for the house, the foundation, the walls, all the carpentry that goes on in here, there's 13 guys, crews going on.
Cool. Can you give some advice to someone who going to build a house in the Philippines? So
just do your research. I'm a very neat, organized person, and I try to get all my ducks in a row before I moved here. I spent 3 years almost just reviewing everything, and I came out here 7 times to visit, just to look around and check it out, and just do your research. And there's a lot of groups out there. A lot of the chat groups, Dumaguete chat groups. You're going to get a lot of people that are, you know, they're just angry people. Just don't pay attention to them. There's a lot of people that will give you good advice, and just gather as much information as you can and go from there. And you've got to be a little trusting too, because if you've got any doubts, you're never going to get anywhere. Right? If you're like, oh, I don't trust this, then you're never ever going to just rent. That's probably best for you then. Yeah. You know, you've got to take some risks in life. So
you're right.
Right. So do your research. You know, take your risk, but do your research. You know?
Okay. Do you have any fears about construction? Like maybe something can go wrong on your side? Do you have anything?
Well, for here, no, everything's going perfectly.
You feel secure with Contractor, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've heard some horror stories from expats, but nobody that I'm really familiar with, where they would buy a land that someone had done some false documents, got the money, and they took off. So there's a couple of those stories out there. Again, I think if you do your due diligence and get the right lawyers and the right realtor, you should be protected that way. But that does go on around here. I do have a friend, Ali. He was looking for some. He actually bought the property over here next to me. But before that, he was looking at some properties that he was going to get, and I believe that he was very close to doing the sale when the person selling it started making all these weird changes to it. And I don't know exactly what was going on there, but it got him scared, and he backed out of that deal there. So that was the extent of horror stories as far as buying. But you hear about them all the time online. But I don't know anyone personally that had a really bad issue.
Did you use a lawyer from your lawyer or lawyer from your seller?
No, I used our lawyer. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Can you share price what your lawyer charged?
Ooh.
3%, 5%?
It was. I don't remember exactly what the price was. I want to say like 20,000 for maybe a little bit more, 25,000 for everything. For the title, the lawyer fees, the assessment. She's got to send for some documents in Cebu, the lawyer did. So there was a whole process there. I thought it was kind of high, but then I talked to a bunch of people, and they said that that's probably right around normal for that price that I paid. And I might be telling you wrong, so I don't know. But I know that I talked to a few people, because afterwards I thought it was high, and they said that's about the right price for the title and the lawyer. So I'm combining everything into the one thing there, not just the lawyer.
It's good. Thank you guys so much for watching us. I hope it was interesting for you, and you got some ideas, experience. Maybe if you're going to build your own house in the Philippines, it will help you, and you will avoid some some sneaky moments or possible mistakes. So thank you so much, Kevin,
you're welcome.
for giving me this interview, and I wish you luck is finishing construction, and we will show you guys how it worked out. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hello guys, today I'm with Robert Kennedy and Burns, his wife, and we are having a tour, yeah, in his future dream house. So, Robert, can you tell me the size of your lot of the property?
Hi, Alex. First, I'd like to say thank you for letting me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome.
And the size of the lot here, this is 2,000 square meters.
With what title? Is it agricultural or residential or?
We bought it mother title agriculture.
Okay.
Agricultural.
And did you keep it the same or you change it?
I changed it to
Okay.
residential.
Was it hard to change?
No, only if you're going to the BIR, then that's the time you're going to change it to residential. They're gonna ask you anyway, and then like they're gonna ask you if you're going to build a house, and then I said yeah, and then they will be the one to say okay, it's residential.
What the reason residential is better for you than agriculture?
Actually, I wanted it agriculture so that I can pay lower
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah, I heard about.
But the BIR wants me to change it to residential because they said that we're not going to. Maybe they know that we're not going to use this for agriculture, and we're going to build a house. And maybe they also know that this area is already progressing. They already know that it's going to be residential area anymore. Anyway, so yeah.
So it was their request, yeah?
Yeah. I told them, can I just make it agriculture? And then they said, no, it's already residential in this area.
Okay. And I heard many foreigners, they are afraid of mother title, just like a fire. They always saying, no mother title, I even don't want to try. So you're so brave, yeah, and no hassle.
Oh, yeah. Well, because my mom said, because she works in the, what do you call that? In the government before, assessor's office. She worked that, and she also used to process documents. And she told me that it's okay to buy a mother title as long as there's not so many people died already on that title. In my case, I have 2 deceased. I only need to process 2 estate taxes for those deceased guys in the family.
So your land is until this concrete wall, or it's behind wall as well?
It's behind the wall.
Okay.
We just put hagwire all over the 2,000 square meters, but the barangay captain told me I need to give 1.5 meters not to put hagwire on it because that's going to be a right of way for the people at the back.
Okay, Robert, maybe you can show me the property, what will be here.
We got the first floor. The first floor is elevated because the back of the lot is higher.
Okay.
And then the lot kind of slopes down. So the back of the house there is ground level, and then they decided instead of cutting down that they were just going to build up. So that's all filled in right there with filler dirt.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of big stones and everything.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of big stones around here. They're all in there.
Okay.
We put them all in there, and then made the first floor. And then we're going to have the swimming pool right here coming out, and the swimming pool will be level. It'll be up high also, level with the first floor, you know, maybe down a foot or something like that, but pretty much level with the first floor. And then we finally, yesterday, we just poured the second floor up there.
Oh.
It took 4 cement trucks full to fill that up, and they didn't finish until like 10 o'clock at night last night.
Oh.
All these guys were working on, that's why we got half a crew today. The other half of the crew that, you know, well, they all worked all night, but half of them just decided they're going to take the day off.
So I can see about 10 people now, yeah?
Is there about 10?
So mostly you have 20 on the site?
Well, we got 15.
15
guys working right now. And it takes, you know, it takes a lot of guys because it's a big job. So you need like a lot of guys smoothing it and building. Imagine if we only had 5 guys, imagine how long it would take to build all that wood there, you know, it'd take 2 years.
Yeah, it's true.
So you need a lot of guys to actually like progress something on time, you know, so it's all personal.
And how many square meters will be area of the house?
The first floor and second floor are both like 250 square meters. So you got the whole house is 500 square meters.
Okay.
That's including the patios. We got 2 patios up there. You got like that section right there is patio, and that round section right there, that's patio too.
Oh, nice.
So our bedrooms will be up top there. And then here we got like outside kitchen area, you know, underneath that. Kind of, this is going to be kind of like all open right here, you know, kind of like outside open cooking and, you know, lounging kind of area. And then we'll have like inside kitchen and lounging areas there.
Yeah, 500 meters, it's really huge. You going to live here together, or you
Yeah, me
going
and
to
her
bring
together.
family from US?
Any family that would like to visit is welcome.
Oh.
Yeah, we love our family.
Yeah.
They're great. I know a lot of people complain, you know, oh, the family, but I wish they were here all the time. They're just so helpful and
Oh.
just so nice and everything. It's just great having them here.
Yeah, because you're kind person, that's why you have good relationships.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I might have a different philosophy than a lot of the guys, and also, you know, it depends on the family. You know.
Yeah, of course.
You
Yeah,
know,
of
it
course.
depends on the guy and the family. If the family could be bad to start with, and then you don't have any hope, you know. So I can't blame everybody. But yeah, and then actually I looked up there today. You know, everybody's been saying, and I thought it was going to be like a lot of room and stuff like that. But I looked up there today, and everything's pretty well laid out. The rooms are not really that big. You know, it's just like a standard American-sized room.
So you're already thinking about extension, no?
Yeah, we need. Actually, we were just at the mobile house that we used to rent, and they built like a big giant 5-story motel.
Oh.
And I think we have room for a big giant 5-story motel here, don't you, babe? Although no, that block our view to the ocean is that way, so we're not going to do that.
Are you managing all project by yourself, or you have contractor like?
No, Bernadette is managing it.
Okay.
I'm the contractor.
She's the contractor.
So you hired personally all guys?
Yeah, I mean, I hired a foreman, and then we have a lot of neighbors passing by, and they asked me if they can apply for the
Oh.
job, and I said, ask the foreman first, and if he agreed, okay, it's okay for me.
Okay. Can you share a budget on your,
Okay.
if you don't mind?
You know,
It
actually,
shouldn't be like
for-
super accurate.
we have a different. I mean, for the roof, we have a contractor for that, and then he told me that if he was the one to do the, you know, if if he was our contractor, he would have asked me more than 20-something million. But for me, I think we will be able to finish the whole house for 7 million.
Oh, and how much you already spent on a
I think 4.
4? Okay. Are you going to use municipality water or make a deep well for your house?
We use the municipality water.
So it's fine here, yeah?
We have problem before. I even hire a big truck to pour water in our temporary storage during summertime, but
Yeah.
right now we don't have problem for the water anymore.
How about electric? Are you going to put solar?
Yeah, I think Robert
have,
is
yeah,
planning
the
to do
project.
that.
So we got 2 panels.
Uh-huh.
One panel is the city power. One panel is solar panel,
Oh.
right? So I can take, and I got a pipe that goes between them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take a circuit from the solar and put it on the city, or I can take a circuit from the city and put it into the solar system. The solar system.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Earth. Yeah, so I did that right there.
Are you going to connect net metering system?
Oh no, I hear that's really difficult. It takes like a year to get the permits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I heard
You
it's
gotta
not
pay
worth
outright
its
on that.
money. Yeah,
So just to be away from the city is enough.
yeah.
And like I say, I'm one of those, I'm still at the city, you know, for a backup to the solar.
Yeah,
And that's the way I'll run it.
that's a good point. As I understand, you went through easy way. You put everything on your name, yeah, without corporation, without.
Yeah,
all this.
under my name,
Yeah.
and Robert is on my like witness.
And I heard improvements of the land can be put on his name.
Yeah, anything improvements in
Yeah.
a lot, in the building, anything.
So you
It can be
decided to
under
put
his
on
name.
his name or on yours name?
I put it on my name, so easy for me to sign
Okay.
everything.
In case you will decide to sell, it will be easier, yeah.
Yeah, but it's up to him.
Yeah,
if
of
he
course.
wants to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
legally.
you did what? I'm just kidding. No, everything's fine. some people are really crazy about that, huh? They want,
Yeah.
they want like, I got a 100-year lease on it, and she
Yeah.
can't kick me out.
But you know, if he decided to sell it because he wanted to do something, he can also do that.
So
It's not my money anyways. And
I
she's
think
I'm just
we're
a
both
worker.
kind of we're level-headed and fair people,
yeah.
you know, and
I
if she
think
wants to kick me out, I'll just leave.
No way.
I think people missing part about married people. They should split everything half according to law in the Philippines. So no matter it will be on your name or on your name, anyway you're going to split it. And people so afraid to put it on a wife's name. You anyway going to lose if you go into divorce or split or
maybe unless you get a
Yeah.
crazy wife or crazy husband.
If you, and then if you end up splitting it up, anyways, you know, it's going to last in the court and it's forever.
yeah.
You know,
You're gonna
the
lose
court
more
never
money.
ends around here. It never finishes.
But do you use only local suppliers, or you use imported some items, or you bring from Cebu something?
Oh yeah. I used the local, but for the roof, I got a different contractor for that one, and then they bought some materials in Cebu. But for my blocks and bars and stuff, I only use the locals.
Mhm.
It's easy to pay anyways.
Are you contented with quality of
Yeah,
materials?
yeah. Actually, Robert did the what do you
Block
call that?
test?
The block test.
Yeah, I got a block drop test.
Oh.
Made a video about that where I got 3 different manufacturers, and we did it right out here. And dropped the blocks, and the ones that we're using, the company that you know, the company that we found to be the best blocks, it was only 14 pesos each.
No, 16.
16?
Yeah, because this one is the special one.
Okay. Yeah, it's their hard one, and they're right over there in my own too big.
Yeah, and they also said that most of their clients are foreigners because the foreigners like the strong blocks. Even the Phil South engineer, the one who poured the cement on the flooring, he told me that our blocks, I mean our bars are overkill. Like what do you mean that?
Yeah, it's overkill means that like our columns are super big, our rebar is super thick, the base underneath the columns, it's like huge. It's like 5 feet square and 3 feet tall,
Oh.
with 20 millimeter rebar running all over it and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then I told the engineer that we only follow the plan because we have the approved plan from the government, and then we followed everything on it. And then he said that not all private houses followed everything on the plan, you know, because they wanted a little cheaper price
Yeah.
for the project. But for us, since we don't use contractors, then we save a lot of money for it. Not using
Also-
contractor.
Also,
contractor.
I thought that, you know, there would be an inspector that'd come out and look at the plan and look at what you're doing and make sure it's the same. That's one reason. Another reason is this part of your construction, you don't get a chance to do it twice. You know,
Yeah.
you got to build this right. You know? So we're building it right. It probably costs us an extra $1 million, you know, to reinforce it the way it is, but it's done right. And from this foundation and from this building, we could, you know, do anything we want with it from there. You know, you can make it fancy, but you can't redo the
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
You know?
And
can
you will
make
not
it more
afraid
beautiful.
of typhoons, of
Yeah.
these disasters.
You
Yeah.
don't get a second chance on your foundation.
Yeah, it's true.
And our neighbors saw that how big our columns are, and then he asked our foreman how many cement they put in one columns, and then our foreman said that they put 18 sacks of cement in one column.
Oh my.
And then they were like, "What? In our houses we only use 4." And I said, "Yeah, well, we just follow what's on the plan." Yeah.
By the way, where did you found your architecture? Is it local guy or
In the
from
municipal
US?
hall.
Oh,
Yeah, because they have that also. If you can't find one, then just go to your local municipal hall, and then they're gonna tell you who can.
so he did design and all like materials, calculations, everything.
We gave them the design.
Oh, you
but
had
we
design.
gave them
Picture.
a picture of
Okay.
the house that we wanted to follow, and then she will be the one to put everything.
Design.
Design.
Okay,
They
and
do come out with, they give you the plans and everything, and you do get a list of materials and also a price quote with it too, on all the materials and everything.
and
So
your design, where did you find it? Pictures.
Google.
Yeah, just
Oh yeah.
search it.
For the house design,
Yeah.
we're like Mediterranean house, and looked through Google, we found the picture. Okay, we like this house, so we took that to the engineer, and
Oh,
then she made this for us.
cool.
So it'd kind of be up to us, like, we got the structure, and it'd be kind of up to us, the color and the little ornaments and things like that. Outside lighting could be different, but basically we kind of like the picture that we submitted. We really like everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna try to make it look like the picture that we submitted, a nice Mediterranean style house.
Yeah, and you already lived in the Philippines like 5 years, yeah, or more.
Yeah,
How
more,
many?
10
More?
years.
10 years already.
We've been together, and I've been living here for 10 years.
Oh,
The first time I came to the Philippines was about 1981 with the Navy.
I'm asking because many foreigners, they believe that better renting than building,
Oh,
and you have plenty of experience in renting, yeah?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to build? What's
Well,
what's your point?
We've been renting. We must have rented about 10 houses or something like
Yeah.
that, and you got to kind of rent what's available. So it's
Right.
not always
What
it's
you
not
want?
going to have everything that you want.
Yeah.
And then you end up moving like every year or two. You got to pick up all your stuff and move to some other rental that doesn't have everything you want. Like the house we're in right now, it's really nice, but it's very small.
Yeah.
There's no kitchen cabinets. There's no parking for my motorcycles. So this one right here, I'm going to have everything, all my stuff, where I want it. Room for everything. I'm going to have room for the motorcycle parking. I'm going to have room for the truck parking. I'm going to have my swimming pool here. We don't have a swimming pool at my house, so I can dip in the pool. Everything I want is going to be right here. Now, another factor is this money right here. It wasn't doing me any good at all in the bank,
Mm. Yeah.
And now I put it into this, and I'm enjoying the money.
Yeah.
You can be scared all your life and live out of your suitcase. Is that really what you want to do?
Yeah, it's a good point. I agree with you.
After 10 years of, me, I don't live out of my suitcase. Oh, shit.
Yeah, better to live life than to be afraid of
but
everything.
I'm still suffering. I'm still not living the life that I could be living, And every upgrade that you do to your life, I don't know. Some people come over here and they, if they only have 800 a month, fine, you got to do what you got to do and you'll be happy. But if you have more than that, like if you have enough like me, you kind of want to live the best life that you can, like similar to what you're living in the United States. You don't want to live like, less.
Yeah.
So.
Guys, how long did it take to find right land for you?
Oh, yeah.
And
it
what
took us
was
10 years.
important for you?
We wanted on a road.
Okay.
On a designated road, because there's just so many property line easement issues.
Yeah.
So it's like we want on the road. We want access to water and power.
Yeah.
So we got on the road and we got access to water and power. And another thing was that I didn't really want to buy, that much. So they're asking 1,000 pesos a square meter. And I'm like, just tell them 500 pesos a square meter, because I didn't really want it. And they said, okay.
Oh.
So I'm like,
He's like, oh, dang.
well, I offered 500, so I'm a man of my word. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then he decided to build.
It's a good location because it's not far from ocean. Here is road, but it's not a highway where you can hear noise all the time. So it's not so high in a mountain. It will not be so many rains. Yeah, it's like,
We got a view of Mount Calinas on that side.
yeah.
We got a view of the ocean down there from the second floor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We can
Yeah, it's
see,
really nice.
Sigihor. We can see Sigihor there and the ocean from the second floor. Not a big ocean view, but it's nice.
Did anyone try to scam you or overprice you during all your construction and
The first backhoe.
Oh, yeah, the first backhoe. The first backhoe. We saw a backhoe in Valencia and we asked how much, and they gave us like 1,200 or 1,300 price. And then when we came here, we started to clean the area. I think that was the same time you saw us.
Yeah.
And then we have one neighbor here. He came over and he told me that, or he told us that he knows a backhoe who can help us clean this area also. And it's the same backhoe that the other neighbor uses. And I was like, oh, how much is it? Is it big? And he said, yeah, it's big. It's big. And I was like, how much is it? And he said, it's 2,500. I was like, oh, that's too much. I know somebody there in Valencia. It's only 1,200. And he was like, no, there's no more 1,200 anymore. It's already big enough, you know. And then Robert was like, okay, we're gonna take that because it's bigger. And then when the backhoe arrived, it's the same backhoe that we asked there.
Oh.
And 1,200, and we pay 2,500 for him. And then he was like, okay, we're not gonna let him continue the job. Just, you know. I think he only worked here for 4 hours.
Yeah, we only let the backhoe work for 4 hours.
And we never continued.
And then a few months later, we called him back for the real price.
Oh.
Yeah, 1,200.
Yeah.
'Cause that guy, the guy that was trying to like subcontract it, you know, he was getting 1,000 pesos an hour
Yeah.
just to watch.
Yeah. And enjoy. What is your biggest fear about building a house in the Philippines?
The biggest fear is not having it incomplete or something like that, you know, like losing all your workers in the middle of the job, you know.
Oh.
So, you know, every time that we complete something, I'm like, yeah, we got it. We got the second floor, yeah. So we got kind of a shelter. Even if these guys all leave, we got a little shelter there. That's, you know, I just want it to be finished, and keeping these guys here. That's why we keep these guys happy, you know. And we don't let them go either. It's like, you know, if there's no work or something, we'll keep them working. We never, since they started that wood house there, we haven't let the foreman go.
Oh.
This is the best.
We haven't
This is
given
the
him a
best.
day off.
He's the best.
That's what I worry about, is losing good workers, you know.
Yeah.
We gave them good benefits also. I mean, not so much. We gave them good salary. We gave them food, and you know, during the foundation stuff, we gave them free
Actually,
drinks.
we just heard recently that we're the
alcohol.
highest paying employers
Oh,
In this
in
area.
the area.
good.
But it's okay, you know, it's like what they're getting an extra 50 or 100 pesos.
As long as they're working very good, we're fine with that.
But yeah,
We
I'd like
wanted-
to keep the guys happy and
Yeah.
keep them here.
Okay.
Because if you have happy workers, then you got a good house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can work very good.
They will not cut corners.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like, I'm not gonna work very good because they don't treat us good.
Yeah.
or something.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's right. Guys, do you remember how much your attorney charged you?
Yeah, just to make the title,
Yeah.
she charged us like 3% for the total price.
Yeah, it's kind of normal, yeah?
Yeah,
Price.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not high.
So if this was like 1 million, we pay her 30,000
Yeah, it's normal.
just to sign the deed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What advice you can give to someone who is going to build a house?
You got to be really patient with the paperwork and understand that the deed process and getting your title takes years. Just to get the subdivision, this property divided, because there was 800 square meters,
8,000.
8,000 square meters.
Then we
I'm like
bought
Joe
2,000.
Biden here. Because it was 8,000 square meters. The subdivision took 15 months.
Oh,
Just, you know, to divide the property, send it to Cebu. 15 months later, it comes back, and then you could start step 2. You know, out of step 2 out of step
Yeah.
5 steps. You know.
okay. Guys, thank you so much for being with us. And if you want to watch and know more details about building the house in the Philippines, you can subscribe their YouTube channel where they explain everything in details and show their life here. So maybe it will be interesting and useful for you. So what's the name of the channel?
My YouTube channel is Robert's Island Living Adventures.
Yeah, we'll put link in the description
Oh, thank
so you can follow and subscribe. Thank you for being with us. I hope it was interesting for you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.